That's cool. Now I hope it's not completely busted like it looks like it is. Looks like it's completely busted on the one side. Now what the heck's all this stuff? No, I never took this stuff out. Nice. Oh, my gloves are still wet. Also nice. Let's first grab this, and then we'll walk across the street. Really hope that moose head thing isn't as broken as it looks. But I won't know until I get over there. Looks like it's pretty busted. Oh, it's not even like... I thought this was like a solid piece of wood. Oh, it's not. It's not at all a solid piece of wood. It's, the only thing that's wood is a trim. See, this is all that press board. Well, that's a shame. So this... Oh, it's like a little spongy. Yep. That, once that dries out, that's going to be in rough shape. It's cool, but just not going to survive. I wonder if it was this destroyed before it rained. I don't know. It's cool, but unfortunately not for me. I thought it was all wood. Like, I thought it was... At first I thought it was a canoe, because that's what it's kind of made to look like. And then I realized it was that particle board, press board stuff. Oh well. How things have changed with quality. Like, if that was like a 1960s piece, advertisement, stand, it would not be made of that stuff. But anyway, it is, it's trash day, guys and girls. We're back in for another fun time with taco stacks. Let's find some treasure, see what happens. It's raining, it's dark. Let's make it a good one. Let's do it. I think last week I came here and I was like, oh, is this house, like, are these people moving out and this and stuff? Because the house was for sale for the longest time? Or was this something that someone brought over? I'm pretty sure that's what happened last week here. But then again, I don't really remember. And it's not something that's going to be life or death. For some reason, that hose is all... I think last week they also had an IKEA bag. Oh, it's all in pieces. So, like I've always said, I apologize if the video ends up being a little, what I call choppy or laggy. That's because the sunlight is not out. It's a little bit too dark for the camera. I can't change that. And I know some people also have commented about the audio kind of going in and out, and they had to raise their audio or sound on the TV or their computer. That is also not really me. That is the camera. I don't mess with the audio at all. The camera just sometimes gets quiet and records sounds at a lower sound, I guess, than it actually is. Like, it kind of just like cuts off or cuts out in a way. I don't know if the new GoPros do that, but I noticed all the other GoPros I've ever had have done that. So don't yell at me. There's a lot of stuff on the opposite side of this. Not really, but I thought there was. There's actually a lonely shoe in the road up there right next to that trash can. I'm thinking, where'd that shoe come from? So we'll get up there and see what it's like. Don't need that. Take this. I just saw my competition driving through also. It's funny to me because I wonder like what his route is. Like I kind of have a set route in which I drive unless I see something that sparks my interest and I really need to like stop or turn around or do something. Let's see what this lonely shoe is about. Just a lonely shoe. I don't see the remaining one. I didn't see it in the trash can. But I wonder like what his route is. Like what streets does he go down first or cut across, or maybe an alleyway that he goes down, you know, north to south and I go south to north, which then makes, you know, First Street. Maybe I go east to west and he goes west to east. It's just, everyone kind of has their own ways of doing things. It'd probably make everything look completely different also. And I've always said, like, if I go down this street, which I'm doing right now, if I go backwards, which I don't, or let's say I go down this street, but I come there and go this way, everything looks way different. Like a real scrapper there, just chucking it. Almost feels like I get hit by a hurricane or something. That's kind of what the weather feels like. I don't know if these are screens or if I'm just, yeah, no, they are screens. Oh, what's in here? Ooh, softball gear, baseball gear. I don't know if anyone's going to want this. It doesn't really match. It's kind of like, as someone who knows enough about sports gear, I just know that probably won't sell. But at the same time, I guess if it doesn't sell, I'll just donate it because this stuff is not cheap. Just make sure nothing's hiding in here. Oh. Nothing's in there. When I say it doesn't match, usually with catcher's gear, everything matches in terms of brand. You have rolling shin guards there, Easton chest protector, and then a shut helmet. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. It's not even like shut. I think it's shut. But anyway, none of it matches. I just, you don't see that often. The old mismatching set. Table's a little dirty. Looks like someone clipped the cord on this. There's no cord. Oh, there's a cord. Well, there was the cord. I don't want that small table. It doesn't do anything. It's too small of a table. I was thinking I actually have to replace one of my tables. One of my tables broke at the flea market. The supportive bracket completely fell out. I guess over the years of folding it and unfolding it, the hinges got a little loose and just popped out. Those ones that I use are from the late 80s, and they are, I wouldn't say ancient because that might offend some of us, but they've seen their days. They've been put to good use. This is the guy who gave me a bunch of metal. I think there's records on here. Something barking. Let's see what we got. Symphony, somewhere, no, orchestra. Symphonies. Library of the World. Okay. Nope. Got probably 9 records and you can already just know. Plus they got, I mean, they were soft. It rained, but I mean, if you had a bunch of Led Zeppelin in there or something, I guess I would grab them. Even if the covers are completely soaked, but nope. It did rain a lot yesterday also. It's not like, I mean, obviously you can see it's drizzling now, but it poured for hours. I had a bucket outside, like in my driveway, not underneath anything that would, you know, drop more water into it, just like kind of by itself. And I probably had about 4 inches or 5 inches of water in that bucket. So I can probably tell you a little bit about how much it rained. I actually went online and purchased more gloves yesterday. The only reason why I'm saying that is because these gloves are soaking wet and I don't have any backups left, either at home or in the van. I think this piece is aluminum. Yeah, this piece is aluminum. This may or may not be aluminum. That's not aluminum. This is the, yep. Okay, there. Can't believe I left all that other stuff in here, but I managed to shock myself every day, so. I can't remember the last, the garbage video we did the last time, if it was raining or not. Don't think so. Managed to figure out that one. Just coming down this alleyway, I was like, how am I going to make this turn? These cars parked there. And I was like, well, I need to back up somehow to get to this. Don't need the, this guy. This I thought was kind of neat. Told you. Sponge clean with soap. Do not put in dishwasher. Well, I hope you want to put this in a dishwasher. That's kind of funny. Oh. You're missing screws or something? What the heck? Kind of like it. Hold on. No, I still like it. It's new, but I think it would sell. That's not for me. It's new, but I think it would sell. I need this thing to stop falling off. I thought somehow this would screw in. I'm not seeing any screws on the back side, so maybe it won't screw in. And then when I got out of the van, I thought that was a microwave, but that's just a bin upside down. Huh. Alright. One piece of furniture I left. That Moosehead beer thing. I don't think that's not going to bother me because that, you know, like I said, it did rain a lot. They might have just put this thing out this morning right here because it didn't feel soaked. I mean, underneath it was, you know, it was underneath a tree, I should go ahead and say. But the Moosehead thing was not going to survive the next 24 hours. And then it becomes my problem. And I got enough problems. I don't need any more problems in my life. Okay, most likely the last stop of the day. And I always say how this always amuses me. This person is throwing away, which is essentially metal. Not a lot of it, but that guy across the street is a scrap guy. He's got a pile of scrap by his driveway. He had a trailer with scrap in it. Either they're not friends, or he didn't wake up in time. Maybe he feels awkward taking metal from his neighbor. But he's got a nice little pile of aluminum going back there. He's got like a washer or something in his trailer. So to me, it amazes me that I guess the neighbors don't come over and take the metal, but even to myself, I feel awkward when my neighbors throw away something decent and then I take it. I almost like run down the driveway carrying whatever it is, a microwave or an air fryer. I just missed it, but they must have taken apart one of those big like console televisions, you know, like the ones that are like 50 inches, like the size of this van, and then they're like 3 feet deep. Well, they just threw away the shell for it. That is one thing I've never done, is take apart one of those huge televisions. I wouldn't say it's one of my fearful things of finding in a storage unit, but it's up there with a lot of other things that may or may not be able to fit in my van / pick up and put in my van. All right, as you guys see, I'm in a sweatshirt. It's actually a nice cooler day, but it's humid again. I was sticking to the steering wheel like almost all summer. I am in a sweatshirt because it's like 64 degrees right now, but it's just more like the rain. I could have done this all in a t-shirt. I would have been perfectly fine. 64 sounds very nice. I guess with the humidity, it kind of bumps up into the 70s, so I guess it's not too bad. You just deal with that moisture aspect, which, yeah, this is what survived the morning shift. So I do have a couple pieces of aluminum. Inside that box was the catcher's gear, so I will give that one go around at the flea market. I'm trying to remember even at the thrift store by me, so I do a lot of donations, and I have a lot of boxes that need to be donated. I don't like donate to the thrift store early in the week, because what happens during the summer months is a lot of people bring their yard sale leftovers, which no one wants, that they couldn't sell for a quarter. They bring it to the thrift store, and the thrift store is like, what do I do with this stuff? And no one wanted it for a quarter. How are we supposed to sell it for $3 or $4 or $5? So they pretty much throw away a lot of stuff. One thing I used to do when I was a teenager is sports gear used to actually be donated to my baseball organization, and they used to ship the stuff to the Dominican Republic so kids could play baseball and have protective gear. And I thought that was a great program. I'm not really sure if there's any, or familiar with any organizations around here that do that as well. But it's just amazing. Like, there's so many countries out there which don't have access to a lot of stuff, and then here in America, we're kind of just like a throwaway society. So I wish that was still around. But if I can't sell it, I guess I donate to a thrift store and let them decide. I don't know who really wants used catcher's gear, but maybe someone out there does. In fact, if you have a young athlete who's just getting into baseball or softball, for $5 you can probably have the whole set, and you can find out if your kid wants to be a catcher in baseball or softball. And if they don't, all you did was invest $5 rather than $250. But yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for tagging along our treasure trove. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe down below. Stay tuned for more trash picking episodes. Over 950 episodes in the trash picking playlist. Check it out as well, and catch you guys next time for the next episode. Till next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.